Good morning, Lana Scott Lighthouse. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I have an angel message and a spiritual counselor message. This is answering the call. And guys, we have a wonderful message this morning. This is for the earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I did want to say I have been doing a lot of research and looking for things and other channels that y'all may not be aware of. And I have found a wonderful lady called Nikki Sutton. And Nikki has some wonderful videos up on how to increase your psychic abilities, how to open up your third eye. So if you're wanting to, and a bunch of other stuff, she's got some awesome sleep-guided meditations that you can listen to at night, either with headphones. I personally plug in my little blue earplugs, and I listened to her all last night. And then there's another lady, I can't remember her name now. I'll have to look her up and give her to y'all in another way. But she has some awesome videos on sleep meditations where they're subliminals. Y'all heard me talk about subliminals before, and I actually started listening to subliminal messages when I first did my video on when I had the experiences with seeing the angels, literally seeing them in my mind's eye when they were talking to me about certain people when I first moved to California. If you've been following my channel for any time, and any of y'all have seen those earlier videos, I had some profound experiences with my spiritual counselors. I actually could see them in my mind's eye, these orbs of light from the angels that were sending me messages of specific people. And this lady can help you open up to those abilities. So if it is something you're interested in, Nikki Sutton is awesome for the subliminal messages. I would suggest y'all check her out. Okay, so what we have this morning for overall energy is we have Wunjo and Soilu. Okay, that's the overall energy. Okay, it's also having to do with your higher power. Okay, and your higher power is your higher self. And I think a lot of you have, if you've been doing the work, you have begun to find alignment with where your true path is meant to be. And any of you, I'm going to go through the cards, but any of you could be anywhere along this path, okay, from the beginning to the end of it. Okay, so I'm going to go through each one with y'all. Now, Wunjo is talking about that you have alchemized a moment in which you understand what your path is, where life's taking you. It has been transmuted from some kind of knowledge. So something that has become known to you, okay, you have been completely realigned with your higher self. So now you're ready to start something which will lead you to your greatest achievement for yourself, for your life. And I definitely, when I was picking the runes, they were telling me, let it shine. So for those of you Virgo, Capricorn, Tauruses that are starting to see the signs and synchronicities, you're now understanding exactly what it all is. Your higher self is talking to you. You're listening, okay? And I know this because we have Soilu. Soilu is your higher self, spiritual enlightenment, success, vitality, okay? So from the core of who you are as a person, you now can see the path you were meant to follow. Maybe some of you are having psychic dreams. You're having those nudges from your intuition, okay? And you are now starting to see where you are meant to go, okay? Or you're starting to have some ideas of where you are feeling that tug of your intuition pulling you down the correct path. And your angels and spirit guides are telling you and showing you in a very real sense, you're actually seeing signs and synchronicities. You're seeing, you're either having that inner voice now speak loudly to you that you're understanding it. You're maybe feeling a physical sensation of it. Some of you, I think, if you have been meditating on a regular basis with Pluto now in Aquarius, things that were unknown are now being known. You're now starting to see the signs and synchronicities, and you're following those, okay? So this is also talking about, if you haven't seen it very soon, haven't seen it right away, you will very soon. So this is major regeneration down to your cellular level, okay? So this is a greater connection with the divine, the universe, your higher consciousness. New major connections are coming in with your spiritual team and growth. So some of you have been getting hearing songs, pictures in your mind's eye. If your higher self is, you're having that deep knowing, you know that you know what they're now telling you. You're seeing little subtle things in your intuition that you're now starting to follow. You're not just looking at it and going, what is this? So I think a lot of you are doing some major growth, major waking up, and that you are starting to see where it is that you were meant to go. Okay. And guys, that is huge. All right. So the next thing I asked was, what intuitively have you discovered, or in the mundane physical reality of your conscious mind? I actually phrased it that way, guys. And what they gave me Anzu for signals. They gave me Isa for surrender, submit, go within. They gave me relief from distress, Naudas. So a lot of you are definitely having your third eye open up and seeing, because then we have Perth. So if you've been waking up in the mornings and recalling dreams, recalling maybe little pieces of a path or a way where on the astral level that you went and talked to your spirit guides, or whatever messages they've given you, maybe before you've fallen asleep, maybe you've gotten them in the middle of the night, maybe you've woke up and just intuitively knew something. They are telling you, and you are receiving, and you are understanding, because now things are becoming known to you. Okay. And I don't care what kind of a sign you get. You see a sign on the highway, you hear a song, in some kind of way, you're having a greater, broader understanding of what is coming in for you. Okay. So with Anzu, what we have here, okay, Anzu is signs and synchronicities, signals, a new life unfolding for you. Newer connections come in that direct you onto a new pathway, or more greater knowing of where you are going. Okay. And I think a lot of people are going through that at this time. Okay. It's also saying that, be alert to people that you run into. Expect the unexpected. Your higher self is bringing in clarity. Go within to explain how the divine is talking to you. Okay. It's also talking about give to yourself first to understand how you're best meant to help. Okay. Isa's talking about surrender. Okay. Because you're in a period of gestation. Okay, as these signs and synchronicities are integrating with you and your higher self, because you and your higher self are now more integrated than you were before. I was talking yesterday in a message about, I went to look at something on my phone and literally felt my higher self come right down with me. And I did one of Nikki Sutton's subliminals last night, and this morning I feel like, I can almost feel a thread of being connected to my higher self, I get that little picture of that little angel sometimes, guys, that jumps around saying, you got it, you got it, you got it. I'm positive that a lot more of you are also getting that same connection. You see on this happy card here of where the divine is speaking to her and going through her crown chakra. Okay. I think a lot others of you are also experiencing this, but Isa's also talking about surrender, right? It's talking about you. This is preceding a rebirth where, getting rid of anything that you've outgrown, get rid of anything that no longer serves you, and surrender to the unknown, and be ready for the divine to send in messages telling you what the next step is. So if you've already figured out the first step, now you're going to be getting messages on what your next step's going to be, and whatever way that comes for you. It's going to be different for everybody. Okay. The divine always has to have the first move, because when you're on your path, the divine is always going to intuitively show you where you're meant to go. And if you pay attention to those signs and synchronicities, they are going to lead you. Your spirit guides and your counselors and your angels are going to let you know where you go. You may also have, I've been getting this message a lot as well, that I think a lot of us are getting messages from our passed on loved ones and our ancestors. Okay, because ancestors are passed on loved ones, right? They are also giving you little nudges, giving you information that you didn't have before. There are exercises you can do where you can set that as your intention of passed on loved ones, ancestors, angels. Give me a clear message of what my next step is. So they're saying, stop, surrender to that, and wait for them to show you the next step. Instead of beating your head against a wall, wait for that to come in, because they're not going to lead you wrong. They're never going to lead you wrong. Okay. Then we have release from distress. And that tells me that a lot of you are going to do just that. Okay. That you are going to go, okay, well, what's the next one? And they're telling me to journal. And guys, I've been journaling a lot more here lately. And every time I start journaling, I get a message that feels like it comes directly from my angels and my ancestors, okay, from my spiritual counselors, passed on loved ones. So I am definitely listening, and I think everybody else is starting to listen too, because we are in this Pluto and Aquarius where things that were unknown are becoming known. And I say this because then we have Perth. And Perth is talking about more coming to light that you're opening up to, okay? It's talking about initiation. The Phoenix is rising. So it's helping you to acquire a higher vision with the help of your spirit guides. So guys, you can always write down in your journal. I don't know if this would be a journal prompt or not, because I haven't really studied journaling. I just sit down and write in my book. Ask your angels to give you whatever information you need to know, and they will do that for you. Okay? So anything that you have had blocked is now going to become known to you, because your angels and ancestors and your higher power, okay, is going to do that for you. So if you take the time in a meditation or just writing in your journal and ask them directly to give you a sign or what the next step is, and you focus on that, you're going to get a sign or some kind of synchronicity that's going to lead you to where you are meant to go. And guys, they know before we do where we're going to go, because they have, it's like they're like this girl here, the happy card. She's sitting, it's like your spirit guides are above us and they can see us down in this spiritual plane, right? And when you pay attention to them, they will bring you the messages that you are meant to have. So then we have August. And on this, I said, what will become seen or experienced by you that is within your control, okay? And this is getting divine messages, okay? So I feel like a lot of you already are getting those messages because of what we've got laid out here, and that they are definitely talking to you, okay? So this is transition and connection to your own divinity, your personal truth, which your truth is going to be different than the next person's, okay? So this is your own spiritual counselors telling you and giving you the signs and synchronicities of where you're going to be going, and you are definitely listening, because then we have Ingus, which is completion of beginnings, and Jera rewards fruits of your labor, okay? So Gibu is talking about partnership with the divine, and sometimes this can be partnership with people, so you might actually run into some people or find something online, or maybe the group that you're with. Some other people will get information, and when they share, you will get more information as well, okay? Mostly you're going to be guided, I think, by your angels, ancestors, because a lot of us are starting to tune in more and listen, okay? You're now in cosmic union with your higher self, okay? You're now aligned for a newer, brighter future that waits for you, okay? Because then we have Ing in completion of beginnings and going through, making the decision to go through that portal, okay? Maybe some of you have done some major work on yourself. Maybe you have looked at some exercises to do for your own mental well-being, or to open up your psychic centers, okay? Because we do have regeneration here as well, and it also is talking about regeneration in the runes. So guys, I feel like a lot of portals are opening up, that people are jumping timelines because they're making new decisions. You're making new decisions because you're getting the signs and signals, and there's definitely new clarity here, new understanding with your divine and your higher self. And there's for a lot of you, there is no more confusion. I feel they're telling me that some of you have realized something that you're now imagining and opening up for yourself, and you are now going down that path, which is going to make you in the future an elder, a teacher, not just a healer, but able to share your gift with other people and help guide them as well, okay? Because there's a lot of us, I've noticed there's a lot of more spiritual leaders coming to the forefront. And guys, if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, I've talked about that. I've talked about they're getting to be a time where in the future, there's going to be less. I mean, there's still going to be people that don't, the people like in the bigger cities. I feel like some of them, that they do get blocked because there's so many energies there. But you can still open up your intuition and see where you're meant to go, okay, on a spiritual level, and follow that path, all right? So Inga is also talking about being centered and waiting for the divine to have the next move, okay, and showing you a sign. So again, that's asking for your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors to tell you where you need to go, and they're going to bring you that sign, because, and a lot of you are going to jump through that portal, take that information, and continue to work on your path of where you're supposed to go to being a spiritual leader of some sort. All right? I really, truly believe that. Okay? So, let's see. In the near future, Jera is talking about having done the work, having maybe examined your shadow side, like we've just talked about some of those things coming to light, where maybe you were blocked, but you've done the work, and you're going to find where else you're supposed to go, and they are going to give you the next step of where you're supposed to go. Now, on the cards, I asked them to tell me the pathway. Okay, guys, I love this message. So first of all, we've got imagine. So once this is going on, right, and this is just current energies. Then we have the imagine card, and imagine is using your where you want to see yourself going once you start getting these messages. And when you start getting the pathway, then you can start using maybe some guided meditations to help you go closer to that path. Imagine what is it you want to do in the future? Do you want to be more of a healer? Are you wanting to be more of a teacher? What kind of elder do you want to be? Okay. And the happy card's talking about that after getting these signs and synchronicities, you come to yourself and you definitely connect with your higher power and the universe coming in to help you, right? And telling you where you need to go next. This is coming to yourself in a major, major way, okay? It's also talking about going through that regeneration and unblocking what it is that you don't see, right? That regeneration, your higher self being more connected with you, and you realizing where the next step is meant to take you. Okay. Now, for some of you, this is going to be a surprise. I think that they're saying that with this fork in the road card, some of you are going to find a surprise that you did not realize was coming. This, I think, is going to be something a little unseen for some of you. I think some of you are going to find that you're not going where you thought you were, because the angels and your spirit guides are telling you what path to go on, and you are now starting to see it, but you have to make that choice. That's going through this portal here. Okay. That's making the decision, because that you're feeling divinely guided, okay? And once you make that decision, you definitely get in touch with your more, maybe some of you more in touch with your masculine side. This to me is feeling like a very grounded energy of now seeing what work you need to do, okay? And once you start going down that path where you're being guided to, some of you, not all of you, I feel like are going to have this, because we have the orphan card. Some of you may have had your mindset on being a certain type of healer or a certain type of teacher, but the universe is telling you to go a different direction. You're getting those signs and synchronies. Guys, if you find that's happening to you, but you're being divinely guided to do something else, they're saying let it go, because they have a better future in mind for you. And I feel like a lot of you are picking up on that intuitively, because that's what I feel like it's saying here. Some part of you that was blocked, that now is brought to the light, you realize you have to let that go, right? And it kind of makes you feel sad, because it's something that you had your heart set on, but the universe is telling you a different direction, and you are getting those signs and synchronicities. Therefore, guys, if there's something you're letting go to grieve, let it go. Grieve it. Heal it, write it down on a piece of paper, set it on fire, whatever the case may be, because they have a much better a future in mind for you than you could have ever decided to do on your own. All right. So then we have the observer card, and the observer card is telling me about the energy of, you can see it. Now you can see where you're going. You're getting this internal guidance, because you see we got the moon here. And this is telling me you know it. And now it's been brought. See how the clouds are parting here? You are being brought out into the light now. And it's creating a lot of this emotion of this happy, okay? Because now all of a sudden, you know in your soul, in your higher self, that where you're going is definitely going to be better than where you've come from, okay? So then the last card we have is Poised, okay, guys? And this is relating directly to this Jera card. So this is telling me that, you see how excited she is? She's got her arms thrown up, like this Algus here. And she is going, oh, this is much better than what I could ever have envisioned for myself. So if you're getting those intuitive hits, the angels and ancestors are saying, you got it. And now you say, oh, wait, I can do this. I can learn this, or I can be this. And I still feel like it still is within the gifts that you already have. You see how these two cards float together? Seem to flow together with the colors. The colors seem to be sounding, because this to me all looks like new birth. Okay, this to me reminds me of chakra energy. God, my ears going off, guys. Hang on, let me see what she's saying. They're saying this is like new birth here, that because it's coming from your heart chakra. They're saying, okay, this is definitely a new path that will bring you more happiness. Guys, I'm sorry about the ring light being so bright, but at least we have the light, right? So they're saying that this is a lot of you now kind of shifting gears and doing the work to bring about this happier future than what you would have had. And guys, I can't stress enough that this Imagine card to me is talking about, and see, it's also the new moon, okay? So maybe this is going to start happening for some of y'all in the new moon coming up, right? We got the new moon there. Let me see. That just said something about the moons. And then we got the vain moon. So I would say within the next month, at least, a lot of you are going to be experiencing this. Y'all see that there? Because that's what we have the first card. This is almost the ending card. So within this next month, I feel like a lot of you are intuitively going to start seeing all of this and putting it together and have a huge aha moment. They're telling me aha, like really excited. Okay, and I think a lot of you are going to see that the new path is definitely going to bring more light and happiness to you than what you had in mind for yourself. And I also want to draw your attention to the star of this card. So this to me is saying this is something that you chose before you came into this lifetime, and that now that you have gotten this merging with your higher self, you're seeing it more clearly than you ever have before in your life. Okay, guys? I really feel like that's a positive thing. So within this next month here, okay, I'm feeling like, because I think the next moon is the moon in Virgo. Guys, whatever your sign is, whenever there's a full moon in that sign, I feel, at least intuitively, that there are going to be a lot of more how do you say, a lot of more downloads for you. So look and see where the beginning moon, what astrological sign it's in, the full moon, and the vanning moon. Whenever it's in one of your signs, like in a new moon, you can have new downloads. In a full moon, you can see a completion of something that you've needed to complete or finish. And in the vanning moon, you can see, if it's in your sign, something you need to let go of, something you need to get rid of, something that no longer serves you. So guys, take where the moons and the signs are, because that's what they're pointing out to me, okay? This happy card, guys, are writing to me again. They're saying this is your spiritual counselors being right there to definitely show you where you're going to shine the brightest. And I think some of you, I still think it's going to be a huge surprise to you of where you're going. And you're so in touch with your higher self now. And you see, look how these cards, guys. This is the last one. And the Poise card. And this is right above there. A lot of you are starting to see your higher self come into connection with your conscious self. And your crown chakras are going off. A lot of people's crown chakras are opening up. Okay, so guys, I would suggest definitely doing these guided meditations to help open up your psychic abilities, to help you become more in tune to your spiritual counselors. What is she saying? Let your conscience be your guide, and let us help you to show you something better than what you thought it could have been, I think is what she's saying. All right, guys, so let me, I'm going to pull a couple of tarot here. Regular tarot, because these are the oracle cards. I'm going to push these up here. Guys, I think that's a wonderful message. I really love this poised card. So let me see. Let me pull just a couple of regular of the major arcana. See what other messages. What other messages do you have for my Virgos, Capricorns, Tauruses? Something to let them know this message is specifically for them. I just saw the jumping timelines cards. I think a lot of you are going to start seeing more clear messages of where you're meant to go, especially if you do deeper meditations, more in divinely guided intuitive healing sessions. I'm hearing. Guys, I really suggest looking up some subliminal messages on psychic abilities, opening up your intuition, and helping to bring your spirit guides closer to you. Let's see. How many? 3. Okay, so underneath, I've got the Devil card. Guys, this is talking about letting go of what no longer serves you. Okay? So, if there is something that you're needing to let go of, that's unseen, guys. So, okay, they're telling me that some of you know what you need to let go of. You're not quite ready to yet, but when you do, they're going to bring in something for you. Yeah, some of you may have a tower moment where something happens that makes you realize in your conscious mind, in your everyday life, something's going to happen that something positive is going to actually happen that is going to make you see that you're definitely meant to go a little bit different of a path. Then we have Wheel of Fortune. And your angel ancestors, spirit guides, because I always see these as, these are your angels, here's your ancestors, here's your spirit guides. And I feel like a lot of you, and the snake is rebirth, and here's Taurus, here's Leo. So some of you may have some Tauruses or Leos, if you're not those signs, or be those signs. Maybe you have some of the Virgo, Capricorn in your chart. Like I'm a Leo, Virgo cusp with Libra rising. So I feel like some of you are going to get some kind of messages from these guys that you're going to start listening to. That is going to show you, yep. And then we have the Sun. Yep. A lot of you, once you start putting together these little pieces, you're going to realize you're headed down a much better path than the one you would have thought for yourself. Yep. And there's you going down the path, with your ancestors and your angels having your back. And you have the strength to do this. You will do, a lot of you will do this. You will make this decision to take this forward because now you see that you're going to have a lot more success and a lot more happiness. And as you go further down that path, they're telling me a lot more is going to open up on your conscious, not just intuitively, but your conscious mind. You're actually going to start having things happen, they're saying, with other people, places, things that are going to start taking you down that path like a wave. You know, guys, I've been getting messages about this wave on and off for months now. Okay. They're pointing out that some of you, when you start getting this strength and going down, you're going to, this energy that's coming in through her crown chakra here or supporting her, you're going to start seeing the wisdom of that. You're going to start, a lot of you are also going to make the commitment to that, and you're going to be very, very happy that you did. All right, guys, that's what I've got for you this morning. Guys, this is a wonderful message. I tried not to drink quite as much coffee this morning, to talk a little bit slower. I hope I did. Guys, I think a lot of you Virgo, Capricorns, and Tauruses are going to make some decisions. I'm feeling like some of you may actually physically move away from where you're not happy at and move to another place. Some of you, I feel like, are seeing things around you, people, places, things, situations that you know you have to move away from. Some of them may be family members. That came to me in meditation this morning. Trying to see if there's anything else. Where? She's telling me to go somewhere. I don't know. Guys, let me just pull one or two cards out of the enchanted map deck, because to me the enchanted map is your journey, or what you're going to find, or what maybe a block, or maybe either a seen or unseen, a block or an opening of some kind of thing. One last piece of advice for my Virgo, Capricorn, Tauruses. One last piece of advice, please. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. What other piece of advice can you give my Virgo, Capricorn, Tauruses? Seen or unseen, doesn't matter. Guys, follow your dreams. That's the last, guys, follow your dreams. Some of you may have been dreaming about doing something but thought you couldn't do it. It's not possible. There's no way I could ever do that. I don't have the money to do that. You're telling yourself more things of why you can't do it instead of coming up with the, I can do this because of ... You fill in the blank. So they're saying a lot of you are saying, well, I could never do that. Guys, you can do it. They're saying you can do it. If you can dream it, if you can imagine it, you can make it happen. Okay? So that's the last piece of a little extra insight there for you. Guys, let go of self-doubt. Let go of any negativity. Kick the naysayers. If you have one particular friend or a relative or someone that's telling you, oh, you could never do that, they're jealous, they're upset, they don't like that, that may cause you to move away from them. What else, Glory? Anything? They're saying your crown chakras, as your crown chakra opens up and your higher self in you that is becoming more integrated, of seeing and feeling where your higher self's telling you to go, a lot more of you are going to kick to the curb any of these naysayers or people that don't have your best interest at heart, because they're either scared or feared you're going to not be around no more. So maybe you've got someone that they always get their energy from you, or they somehow get something from you. They're saying some of you need to let go of a person or a place or a thing that only keeps you around because it's in their best interest, not your best interest. Okay, guys? So if that brings to mind anyone, they're telling me that's going to bring to mind to a couple of you, of somebody in particular that never seems to have your best interest at heart, but they keep you around because it's in their best interest. So guys, that's just a little extra piece of information there for you, from your spirit guides. Okay, guys, that's what I have for the Virgo, Capricorn, Tauruses, the earth signs this morning. Guys, be a light in the darkness. They are telling you where to go. You just have to pay attention. Lighthouse.